Last night on Twitter, Mike Wang went on for another few hours, dropping some more jewels for the community as it pertains to 2K22. What up, it's your boy Shake. Welcome to some more NBA 2K22 news. To kick this off, I want to showcase the new shot meter. We got this information last night, but I wanted to confirm that it was legit and it wasn't a mod or some fake stuff somebody just threw out there. I try to make sure I give you guys the most authentic information, no clickbait. And apparently this comes from the PlayStation blog. I got the link in the description. Hopefully this turns out to be true information for you guys that plan on using the shot meter. If you watched yesterday's video, you already know there's a boost for not using the shot meter. But I have to admit, this is a much better shot meter than the one in 2K21. Kind of takes it back to 2K18 to 2K20. Just has a better look aesthetically next to the player as you shoot the ball. I never liked that meter right over your head. That didn't make any sense. Personally, I think it's too large. I mean, it's literally the size of the shooter. Just imagine how large and intrusive it'll look when you have like a stretch big taking a three-point shot at the top of the key. And I really hope we have the option to turn off the shot meter for our opponents, because I just don't want to see that big ass meter on screen. But again, I still think it's better than last year's meter, which was right above your hands, right above your head. I just hope there's an option to make it smaller. So now on to some questions from the community to the lead gameplay director, Mike Wang. We have a question from On The Break asking about the Mismatch Expert badge. Does it literally have to be a switch on a ball screen, or can I just shoot with a taller defender on me at any time? Mike says it doesn't necessarily have to be a matchup switch. It takes effect anytime you're undersized against a defender, similar to Giant Slayer. So yeah, this is the Giant Slayer badge for shooting. If you like making builds like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady, scoring in mid-range over multiple defenders, you're gonna definitely want this badge. Can only imagine what those guys could do in this era when you can take like 10 threes a game if you want to, on top of all the skills they had shooting over taller defenders in the mid-range area. Now a question from Barry. He says, wait a minute, so I didn't see if Sniper was taken off or not, but if it isn't, how does it work now? And Mike says Sniper modifies the impact of shot timing. It gives you an extra boost for well-timed shots and an extra penalty for poorly timed shots. Think of it as the opposite of flexible release. So if you have a high three-point rating or you can time your shot really well, you definitely want to add Sniper on to add that extra boost to your shooting. A question from Yetio. How's the shooting function? Is it easy to hit threes with very low three like 20? Or is it like 21? Or is it in the middle of them kinda? And Mike says, I'm hesitant to say what three-point rating you'll need to be consistent because it's going to vary from player to player based on how good they are with the shot timing. It's definitely easier to hit threes with a lower rating than 22 though. I'd probably say it's closer to 20 or in between. So I hope that made some sense to you guys. Sound like he kind of messed up on that second to last sentence. To me, it sounds like you'll be able to hit threes pretty good, very similar to 2K21. John Tyler Duncan says, will current gen and next gen have the same animations? And Mike says next gen has a lot more content due to the extra memory, but the core animations such as signature moves and shots are all the same. So keep in mind, we'll also be getting the same animations unlocked for every season as well. Passability says, how does the chef badge work? Is this for fading threes or standing threes after you stop the dribble? And Mike says it kicks in for actual off dribble shots like pull-ups and step backs, but will also work if you've been moving a while. Stop and shoot, but you have to shoot within 1 second. So basically the chef badge works off the dribble. So if you're still moving and you take the shot, that's when that badge is gonna activate. With regards to unlocking the pro dribbles with an 85 dribble rating, Mike Wang wanted to clear up some confusion. There are benefits to going above 85. Mainly your moves will be faster and more effective. There are still 3 general tiers, 60 and below, 60 to 84, and 85 plus. But there are different SIGs unlocked at varying other ratings, 65, 70, 75, 80. So that sounds pretty good. It's not like you'll be left completely in the dust if you have a lower than 85 dribble rating. There'll still be a few animations out there that you can put to use. Gage asks a question about the park handles, saying, will park handles return in NBA 2K22? And Mike says, no, not until I can come up with a better way to do them without interfering with the core dribble moves. I still think you'll be able to pull off the nutmeg dribbles and all the crazy handles you can do with tight handles on Hall of Fame. But in 2K21, they felt more random, and I didn't know when they was gonna pull off, and they were just doing too many crazy things. I liked it better when you could just tap the right stick in any direction as long as you make contact with the defender. Spencer Thomas says, I might sound silly for asking this, but will the required ball handle for the pro dribble moves in 2K22 next gen be the same as current gen 2K22? And Mike says, yes, everything I stated about dribble moves goes for both gens. Both current and next gen as far as dribble controls are going to be the same. If you plan on getting both games and you want to play on the cruise ship and in the city, you won't have to learn the controls all over again every time you dip between current and next gen. Shout out to Gento. He says, please tell me there's a badge that boosts Takeover faster that replaces Hotshot in Heatseeker. And Mike says, Takeover perks. So now it sounds like Takeover perks is just a badge. Hopefully it kind of encompasses both dunking and shooting. Because yeah, that was a few badges you had to waste in a way in order to get your takeover faster. I mean, it did help you build your attributes faster because as you build takeover, your attributes are skyrocketing. But hopefully this takes care of both categories. CJ says, is Steady Shooter gone? Mike Wang says, yes, Steady Shooter is gone. Another good question from Young Swan. Shot speed should vary so people don't use a Zen. Why did you go back? Next gen was very easy to shoot, so why go back? And Mike says shot speed is still variable. It just doesn't vary based on distance anymore. That was still easy to exploit. So Mike is definitely confirming that shot speed is variable. As we discussed in the previous video, it is based on your height. While he's got Mike's attention, Young Swan with another one. I'm kind of confused. Am I now going to be able to go for a dunk no matter what instead of a random layup at times? That would be amazing. I've always hoped for that. Hopefully dunk's still nerfed. I be having slasher take and I go for a layup. Many others too. And Mike proudly answers, aggressive skill dunks let you attempt dunks in situations where you'd otherwise get a layup. I wouldn't say it's a guaranteed dunk every time though. We tried that and it was either cheesy or brick fest. I think it's in a good spot now, but we'll fine tune from community feedback. So yes, if you want to go for a dunk and your dunk rating is high enough, you can hold down on the right stick and go for an aggressive skill dunk. This will force your player to go for a dunk or even get a posterizer if there happens to be someone in the paint. Just keep in mind, if you go for the aggressive skill dunks, you're gonna get a meter and you're gonna have to time that dunk properly. Air Samurai says those mini moves are probably the same as all the years past, like the standstill Curry size up, standstill James Harden size up, etc., where you just hold the right stick up and they go into a signature animation. And Mike says, right, new content, but similar concept. This is why I said yesterday that it didn't sound too different from 2K21's dribble controls. It just sounds like they've added more animations and sped up the gameplay. Because if you tried any of those size ups last year, it was way slower. But in 2K19, it was really fast. Gino asks, is the shot meter different from next gen and current gen? And Mike Wang says the shot meter is the same on both gens. The next question should have been, can they reduce the size of it? That shot meter is gonna block out defenders at times. Ed Boom asks, are there dunk landings? Mike Wang says, yes, there are dunk landings, some wild ones too. And shout out to Elijah and Dream, he was in my top 10s a few times this year. Is the spin dunk with the right stick still in 2K22? And Mike says, you can still spin dunk, but that cheesy one from the 3-point line is dead. In 2K20 and in 2K21, that cheesy ass move was in my top 10 plays I don't want to see in the next 2K. So anyways, I hope this video is keeping you guys up to date and clearing up some confusion. As always, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Smack that like and subscribe. Click that bell for notifications for more news vids. And I'll see you guys in the next one.